What's going on, everyone? It is time for another little bit of unboxing for something that is designed and debated about from all fighting games community. And yes, I am talking about the one and only Hitbox right here. Now, I've had this one for a while. I haven't really dismantled it for quite a while because, you know what? It's been in this condition and my room was a little bit stuffed up for the time, and so there was a lot of clutter, and, you know, at the time I forgot. So, here we go. Judging just by this, for me as a comparison on size, the box packaging is very compact, it's very neat, and you know, it's pretty much just telling me that, hey, this is it, it's already in here. They've got it wrapped out quite well. Here we go. At the back, it actually says designed for fighting games, fun to play, easy to use, ergonomic, fewer mistakes, faster motions, and all buttons. Now, if you play any fighting games, or if you know it, then yeah, 100%. There's so many times where you do make an input mistake, or if you have some errors that you don't want to be playing on. Yeah, this is gonna reduce that. And then the product features: you got the Sawa Denshi real arcade buttons, the metal case, plexiglass top, and wide 3-meter cable. 3-meter cable, that is extreme. I like it because I usually like things that's nice and long. Gives me a lot of comfortability. But then again, you know, especially when it comes down to playing in tournaments, playing at, you know, different people's houses, sometimes you don't have the best room. So I can appreciate the 3-meter, little bit of case here. And this is the inside of it. Okay, so you get your Hitbox little bit of a booklet. So congratulations on your new Hitbox, time to level up. I like that. And I believe this is the 3-meter cable. Nice. And Hitbox itself. So let me just quickly take it out. Oh, okay. All right, that's impressive. This is actually a bag. Oh, wait, this is the other way up. Oh, Hitbox. You've done yourself well. That is a good packaging. I didn't think it was something like this, but it comes with its own little backpack. Like right here, you can just like strap it on and be like, all right, I'm ready for a tournament. I'm ready to go. I'm shocked. I'm actually shocked. Hitbox, you get a 10 out of 10 for that. That's... Oh. Okay, let me open it. And here it is. This is the Hitbox arcade stick designed for, well, I guess the PS4, PS5, well, PS4, PS5, and PC. I think this is PS4, PS5, PC. I didn't really clarify, I just thought you worked on PC, that was good enough for me. On here, it does have the PlayStation controller, little bit of guide right here. Not sure if you guys can really see it, but this is, you know, the PlayStation controller buttons right here. You got the L1, L2, R1, R2, the square, triangle, circle, X. Okay, this is for officially plug and play compatibility with PlayStation 4, Switch, and PC. Wait a minute, Switch is on here. I can plug this into a Switch? Oh my goodness, I can try this on Smash Brothers. I was thinking to actually buy the Smash Brothers one as well, but because it was out of stock, you know, I had to register to be notified. But on here, if you guys see it, it literally says PlayStation 4, Switch, and PC. I'm not sure if you can see it because it is, you know, a little bit cool. The camera's gonna have to catch it, but there you go. PlayStation 4, Switch, and PC. That is insane. That is really insane. I'm really happy. You got the snap-in, quick removable braided USB cable, which is this one. Braided, yep, absolutely, they've got it. It snaps in. Sawa Denshi genuine arcade buttons on face controller. Yes, sir. Slim steel case, plexiglass top, 16 by 7 by 1.25 inches. Sounds amazing. Okay, and then on top of this, you got what else? No slip gripping bottom material to stay put on your lap or table. Oh, okay, alright. I didn't notice that. Let me just quickly open this one up too, so you guys can tell on the bottom. That is very interesting. As a fellow PC user with not that much of a table space, this is gonna be cool. Let me just quickly whack this baby out. here we go. Is you've got a little bit of a felt down here, covering all around the backside. This actually feels like it's not gonna move. I'm gonna quickly show you as well, because just let me put this down. I do have my desk right here with the Elgato green mat. That's coming up for another video. I don't know if you guys seen it or not, but yeah, that sits pretty nice. So if I'm gonna be playing and I'm gonna be streaming, and of course I've got an Elgato cam right here as well to capture everything, I can play like this. You're like, it's like, you can, sure you can. Oh, Dora. Oh my god. Okay, that actually feels quite nice. On top of this, you got, let's see, SODC control for opposite directions, left and right equals neutral, down and up equals up, and of course full touchpad not supported, touchpad buttons sing above, and future firmware updates may be required. So obviously Hitbox has done very well, especially when it comes down to supporting all the fighting gamers around the world, especially if you're going to be attending one of the Evo events, if you're going to be doing Summer Jam Fest, or if you're going to be doing any of those events. That's actually really nice. They've got their own Discord, make sure to follow their journey, and they want to follow you on your journey for fighting games. So I actually really like this. And on top right here you do have all the share buttons, controller, and you have a little box here. Let me just quickly open it. Okay, number one, you do have their business card right here. At the back, you have Smashbox. Not sure if you can see that properly, but let me just get that one in eventually. Smashbox. Yeah, Smashbox. That's pretty cool. Yeah. Cool. It's all of the social media. This one here, this is just the touchpad options, how you get your fingers, how you get things out. And I believe this is just a cleaning cloth. Yeah. Looks like this is a cleaning cloth that you also get if you do want to like brush up dust and stuff. If you do own any sticks, you probably all know this, that at the end of the day, you will be looking at a dusty stick unless you put it back into the box. Now, one big important thing as a comparison that I'm going to show you guys is that how does it stack against other arcade sticks in terms of size. So let me quickly get you one. Whew. Okay, so what I have here is a 8-bit dough arcade stick that I got from JP Hi-Fi. I just picked it up. I thought this was quite neat for the price. So I think it was like $130 or $150, I can't remember, Australian that is. And so, playing with it, just taking anywhere because it's compact, its size, this is quite fun. My complaint about this is that the joystick here could be used to be a little bit better, and the ball here likes to unscrew really hard. So after like a period of 1 hour worth of play, I might need to rescrew a few things along. So, this is quite nice. Does it come with optimal stuff compared to, what I want from a Hitbox? No, it doesn't. It doesn't have SODC, it doesn't have a lot of the things, and it suffers when it comes down to size. This is compact. This is smooth compact, right? So this is good, but this is also bulky to be playing around with, so you do have to put it in. And because of the little arcade stick here, right, it's very hard to put it in a bag without it being damaged or anything else. So that's the size. And obviously it does come with a long cord. Yeah, quite a long cord. It is actually quite a long cord, but for its price, this is actually quite nice. Now moving on to the next part, the one that I use pretty much for every single fighting games when I'm actually playing. I actually have my MACADS Tournament Edition 2 arcade stick. Now this is my OG baby. I've been using this for many years. It's never failed me. The buttons are quite good, and I tell you what, this is the stick that I've been using to, well, in the past to compete, in the past to play Street Fighter 5, Street Fighter 4, pretty much everything that I do play with, I use this. Minus Tekken. When I'm using Tekken, I'm using a controller pad because I find that a lot more easier for some reason. But yeah, look, that's the difference. And if you compare it to this one, to a Hitbox, oh, that's not a very good angle. Huh. There you go. There's a comparison. The size of the length is roughly the same. So it's roughly the same length. However, I feel if you shift it, you know, towards the size of your carrying, this is about like 2/3 of the other one. And of course, because it's only going to be the buttons right here, you don't really have this little bit of a joystick here to muck around with, despite, you know, the same kind of, you know, great material, some of the issue buttons. And on top of here, this actually come out on top. This connects, you open this one up and you can put it back in. So just to show you guys, you can open this one up and you can just, you know, just put your cord down here. That's the best thing about this controller stick. However, is it a pain to take to tournaments? Yes. Why? Because it's heavy. This baby is heavy as. Like I can't put this on my table, like, you know, because I sometimes like to smash it like that. But yeah, no. When I do take it, thank God I drive and I have my own car, so, you know, I have to, like, you know, go in a car to every tournament that's local. If I'm going to a friend's place, then, you know, we're gonna have a few sessions. Then yeah, you know, this is what I'll be taking with a controller pad on the side. This is USB as well. Will I use this still? I probably will. But if you're talking about what I'm gonna do in the future in order not to, like, you know, get myself all messed up when it comes down to playing a few solid hours worth of fighting games, I'm gonna be hitting on the Hitbox. This is actually very light, right? For its size, for everything that's compact. This is very, very nice. You obviously can't open this one up, but I'm pretty sure I've seen people open Hitboxes up. I won't do it because, yeah, I won't be bothered with it. This sits flush, nice. It's got its own little carry pack. If I'm just doing anything, I will have to be worried if anyone's gonna, like, you know, if anyone's gonna be using my Hitbox, I'm not gonna be too bothered by it. And on top, solid material, really solid. The plexiglass actually feels smooth, the buttons feels good. And on top, this is the biggest one I have to, like, think about here, is for someone with big fingers, big hand right here, you know, for Hitbox in the future generations, I might prefer to just have the buttons a little bit more bigger, just by a tiny little bit, like maybe 20% extra bigger, and then shift this a little bit more towards the left. That might work for me because that's just my personally, like, you know, personal opinion, personal preference. But then, you know, the one thing that I have to get used to is because obviously with my hands, I have to put it right here, right? And I'm very close to my right hand as well, because, you know, you got your buttons here, you know, light punch, light kick right here, so you're gonna have to get used to it. But of course, you know, sometimes you want to use your left hand to get some more movements. And on top, yeah, if I'm just playing it sitting down and playing like this, that doesn't feel too bad. It feels like I can be interacting with my stream, I can be interacting with whatever I want, you know, and play it quite well. Don't get too frustrated, not like like that. Sometimes it feels like I'm waking up the neighbors just because I'm, you know, playing it too aggressively. And of course, you know, being a much older gamer now, you suffer boomer problems, right? There's no way you're going to be able to be as sharp as clean, so sometimes you want to overexert yourself. Sometimes you play for too long and your hands, your fingers, your wrists is all tired. Don't get me started on how much, like, you know, quarter circle forward, quarter circle back, perfect EWGF, all of those things, all those Korean backdash is going to do to you, right? Yes, you can do it if you're like a seasoned veteran, but even then, you know, everyone's built differently. You know, with age, it will come to actually deteriorate all those things that you can take or whatnot before you can actually take a rest, and that you actually start feeling like, oh gee, you know, I actually can't do anything about it, so, you know, what else can I do? And to the other people who complain, oh, SODC is also, like, you know, such a big, you know, killer of a problem. Here's something that you might need to think about, right? Good players who uses controller pad, it's already using SODC controls in the background, right? So I would like to say some Marvel players, some Tekken players, some players in the old Street Fighter genre, even though they are playing like this, I'm going to show you, right? Even though they're playing like this or playing like this, sometimes they can play it like this. I've seen players like this, right? Where they can hold left and right together, right? Or up and down at the same time. I've seen people do these kind of tricks back in the days when it comes down to using Guile, when it comes down to Guile, like, you know, only specials and Guy, like, really hard combos. You know, you'll be thinking on the arcade stick, you're like, there's no way you can get that, you know, perfect frame. There's no way you can get that, you know, good timing, especially when you go one flash and then continue by, like, you know, the ultra flash from Street Fighter 4. No way. Only like a limited few percentile worth of people are able to do that. I'll tell you what, there's a lot of people who's able to do that just by using this, right? There's nothing stopping them from using the right thumb or the left thumb when they're doing it. There's nothing wrong with this, right? So you can go, say for example, Tekken, you can do, wave dash, and then you can completely go in with your left and just go, all right, wave dash this way, and then quickly Korean backdash the other way. Like there's nothing stopping you. And at the same time, you will get frame advantage. That's just my personal observation. If I'm wrong, then obviously I'm wrong, and I'll take my ownership for spewing nonsense. But at the same time, I found that it's much more easier to access when it comes down to fold down forward, like with your finger movement like this, fold down forward, and then back down back like that, like back down back, of course Korean backdash if you know what you're doing. Obviously autocorrect as well, so you can autocorrect. This is fast. This is super fast, right? Because you're just moving with your thumb. Over here, you're like, hopefully making sure that the buttons here are pressed and registered properly. And that's being the main, I would say, stigma when it comes down to fighting games, is that how good is your input? Are you gonna have any mistakes? Are you gonna have any input errors? Are you gonna be able to do your auto adjust? Are you gonna be able to like react, with your back forward charging characters? With SODC cleaning, yeah, you probably won't need to have that kind of same problem anymore. But then let me also just reiterate as well that if you think this is an old issue, it isn't. And if this is new, then it really isn't as well, because the modern controls, with SODC help, it's akin to when Street Fighter 4 got released on the mobile phone. I remember playing on my iPhone 10-20 years ago. I don't even remember how many iPhones ago, but I played Street Fighter 4 on the mobile phone. Imagine trying to do a down forward square or a down forward punch, trying to do a Hadouken on an iPhone. There's no way you're going to be doing it. So like, what we did is just, either you had one of these pads that can control with the phone, or you just pretty much just go, all right, one button, here's a Hadouken, and then you can do your drive rush, which back then is FADC. So guess what? If you suck at FADC, how the hell are you supposed to be able to do FADC on the phone? It's bound. Okay, it's like modern control. You just press one button and just go forward, and bang, you're good. Your movement is perfect. It's clean. It's always going to be like that. I will tell you right now, a lot of the fighting game players right now and the new generation that are still thinking of, sitting on the fence, thinking, oh, am I going to get into fighting games? Yeah, you should. Get yourself a Hitbox, get yourself out there, start playing, start getting your movements correct, making sure that your controls are correct, your input is always going to be good. Then they say, oh, modern control, is it bad? Is it good? I tell you what, it's actually really good. Are you going to be able to go up and just do a 720 on someone with a normal arcade stick or a normal controller? No, most of the time you'll be buffering a jump, or you'll be buffering because you're in defensive frames, right? And then you'll be like, I'm gonna punish with a spinning power driver, or I'm gonna punish with an ultra, thinking that you've landed it. But then now you can actually walk up to someone and just grab them with a 360. Like on this one, it's quite simple. You just go like that, right? And then if you're looking at a modern control, it's just boom, 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 boom every single time. And you become much more of a threat. Players like Zangief will love this kind of input. Any 360 players using Hugos and all that will be the same thing, right? Because these kind of things exist. It's good for your convenience. It's good for your longevity of your fighting games career, right? You want to have perfect little bit of ability, good rest, good form every single time. And having a hitbox and also making sure that you use modern controls here and there is gonna give you that longevity when it comes up to fighting games. Now, obviously, there's we're going to the peak territory where the gods rely on. So you got big players like Daigo, like Tokido, you got Sako, you got the man himself, Justin Wong themselves. They all play well, and they all mess around with modern controls. They all mess around with this. Daigo has been using Hitbox, and people has been scrutinizing the Hitbox, is it worth it or not? I tell you what, after seeing it, believing it, and then watching Evo and watching how the competition is, and then reevaluating how things are supposed to be, this is worth it. Right? Think about some fighting games, right? That back in the days, you didn't really have the chance to practice and you don't have perfect movement. Let me give you a prime example of this game, and that's King of Fighters. Back in the days when we were playing King of Fighters 96, 97, there wasn't anything else besides arcade. No one really owned a Neo Geo down under, like in Australia. That's where I'm from. And people, where did they play it? They played on the ROMs, right? They did all that, and then until KOF started releasing more onto the consoles, and they were starting to have a lot more. But even then, it was SNK versus Capcom, you know, and the King of Fighters, Dream, and all that, and they were pretty much emulated most of the time. And so most of the people that actually had that back then didn't really practice with a controller or arcade stick. They practiced on a keyboard, right? To everyone that actually knew King of Fighters back in the days, the only way you got good was, one, you had a lot of money, and so you can play in the arcades all the time, or you know, just, you know, you basically pay 20 bucks and you say, all right, for the next 2 hours, this machine is mine, and you booked it. That's the only way you're gonna get better. Or second, you emulated it and you played it on the keyboard at an internet cafe. While everyone else was playing CS or Warcraft, you know, or Starcraft and stuff, you are playing King of Fighters and you're like mashing away at the keyboard, you're slamming it, you're killing it, and then at the same time, you're like, oh, I got the combo down, now I'm gonna have to convert it into the arcade sticks and then show what I got to do. I tell you what, I'm from one of those eras when I started playing King of Fighters, and I learned with an arcade, not with an arcade stick, with a keyboard, right? I learned with a keyboard, and I was very passionate about King of Fighters, and I loved that game. Started playing when I was, when is it, King of Fighters 96? I played some Fatal Furies before, but like, it was King of Fighters 96 and then 97 that really got to me, and then 98, and then played it to 2000, 2001, 2002, and then all the way until now. I think I skipped one of them, but yeah, that's besides the point. The thing is, with this controller right here, I'm gonna tell you, big movements for King of Fighters, you have your jumps, right? This is the jump, but then you got your long jumps, like, you know, the one that has a little bit of shadow right behind. You need to practice, like, you know, down, forward, up in that direction. So you're down, forward, up, and then holding the forward buttons like that. So you can do, like, you know, longer, faster jumps to, you know, to give a lot of pressure in. That's something that you actually need to do as a King of Fighter player. Now imagine you try to do that as, you know, using an arcade stick, right? Unless you're Shell High or ET or some of those people who, you know, being in the scene for quite a while, always using and practicing, you're not gonna get perfect movement of that. There's no way, right? And then on top of that, for people who play Marvel, people who play, like, you know, especially Ultimate, the one that's being reworked now, with all the community that's blowing up the scene, with all different kind of new characters that they've added in ad hoc. I tell you what, you want to get in, you always see all this hype, what it's all about, and you just want to, you know, have a few rounds, have some fun and stuff. The biggest thing in fighting games is how to do all the moves, and because you don't know how to do all the moves, you're gonna be eked out and you don't want to be doing anything, and you just be like, all right, that's enough for me. I don't want to, you know, invest myself into something new. I'll go and play COD, I'll go and play, you know, WoW, I'll go and play Diablo. You know, and that's just the end of your journey. But then when it comes down to this, then it's gonna change your life. It's gonna change everything that you thought about. It's like, oh, reading the input from the arcade, it's like down, forward, you know, quarter circle forward, so which is down, forward in this way, and then press the button, and it's like, oh, here you go, here's my Hadouken out. Oh, there's my, you know, the fire punch out. That's gonna be quite good on people who play Super Smash Brothers, on your Kazuya, right, on your Terry, and on your Ryu, on your Ken. Guess what? This is gonna help you. This is gonna help you quite a lot. I will hate to practice more EWGFs input with my Switch controller or with my Switch Pro controller, whatever or whatnot. And so, yeah, 100%. This is a great product. Thank you so much to Hitbox. No, they didn't sponsor me. I bought it with my own money, so I say whatever the hell I want. But if you found that really useful, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell. I'm going to be starting to upload a whole rampant worth of fighting games just for fun, because I like to emulate my arcade plays. I like to do whatever. If you do want to follow me on Twitch, then, you know, it's twitch.tv/_. Anyway, it's twitch.tv/Emperor_ZK, and I hope you have a really nice day. Yeah, I'm going to go stream. I'll catch you guys later. Peace.